celebration. Well, a couple of things that I want to share with you today. Firstly, it's great to see a lot of familiar faces from outside Albuquerque. Actually, I rarely leave the city now. And so, you know, when I was state auditor, I used to get around the state all the time. And one of the special things about public service in New Mexico, and our representative knows this, is the opportunity to get to know the whole state. And so, I want to appreciate everyone who came into town, and as the mayor, just welcome you to the Duke City. We got a lot of issues, but we're working on them, and we're going to be a great city. So I want to share with you a few thoughts, of course, about what our city is doing with respect to hunger, but I also want to touch on our first speaker. You know, one of the things that I learned when I was auditor visiting all of our, especially the senior centers up north, whether it was in the Vegas area, all throughout San Miguel, and looking at Rio Arriba County. And the amazing thing is you could actually see where the difference between different types of public service representation in different areas. And Representative Trujillo made sure that his areas, and also the areas that he was concerned about through the North Central long acronym, they have tremendous food programs and senior programs. And I gotta say, it's something that I'm very proud of as a New Mexican. Most states don't have that, and we don't have it everywhere in New Mexico. But up there, we do right by folks in rural communities, providing them with food as best we can. And so I want to thank Representative Trujillo for almost you know, a mini career in working on that in northern New Mexico. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for leading the charge on this. Now, I'm just going to share a couple of statistics about sort of what the city does. And they're very important to me because when I became mayor, you know, you sort of have an idea what the job is. And then, like any job, you sort of find out what it's really about. I had no idea we served so much food, which is a good thing when it comes to the city's perspective. Obviously, it reflects a lot of challenges in our community. But we are heavy in the end hunger business, as those of you in Albuquerque know. And our Director of Family and Community Services, who oversees all that, she's going to be speaking later. So I'm not even going to introduce her because she's in the program and she'll talk soon, but you know, here she's running there. So she's going to go into a couple of things, but also sort of how we do that and the challenges and so forth. But let me tell you a little bit about what that department does in order of the day. For breakfast, we provide 380,000 meals to kids. And this is something that we do. We do this obviously in a lot of different ways, whether it's through our senior centers or it's our community centers, or it's in cooperation with a lot of our partners, including in the school system. But we prepare and deliver 160,000 meals to elderly and 170,000 meals to other family sites all across the city and to senior centers each year. That is a whole lot of food preparation and a whole lot of food delivery and a whole lot of caring about people who are actually hungry. So I think we've actually taken a page a little bit out of what Representative Trujillo and his organization does right here in Albuquerque. This is also something not every city does. We're one of the few cities that has a very vibrant and active senior center life that we actually fund with our taxpayer money. And part of that means meals. And as an aside, I know we're here to really address hunger as opposed to taste, but the senior center meals are really good, actually. And I've had them several times, and they do an excellent job of making it taste like grandma's, actually. You know, you show up at an Albuquerque Senior Center, and you're going to get some really good green chili stew. And so that's something that makes it extra special. But not only breakfast, of course, we work on lunch, and we celebrated, primarily over the summer, we celebrated 50 years of our summer meal program in Albuquerque. What a tremendous legacy. And so, that's right. And this program is decentralized, so we actually go out to city parks, apartment complexes, mobile home parks, schools, churches, playgrounds, nonprofits, and community centers to provide free lunch for kids 1 through 18. And this program, you know, I think it's one of these things where it touches on a host of areas that kids are facing, and everyone here knows this. But I just want to reiterate that, you know, obviously there's this challenge if you're a child who's hungry and the associated problems with that. But when we solve that problem at one of these facilities or through one of these programs, we're doing a whole lot of things. One, just getting them there often keeps them out of trouble. And then of course, we're providing services either before and after, which may help with other health-related issues. And often there's activities that are helping with learning. So for me, actually, ending hunger and our particular food programs, especially with our youth in Albuquerque, that's a key component to my vision to actually step up for our kids where we can as a city, and that's primarily after school, before school, and over the summer. So this is this whole notion of out-of-school time that some of you have probably heard about if you're sort of at the confluence of hunger in the education world. But those particular programs are very, very important. And the amazing thing is because on the one hand, there's dealing with the hunger and nutrition factor. But what we're able to do, that's almost like the carrot, if you will, that lures the student in or enables the family to say, yeah, we have to get our kid there early so they can get breakfast. Or they're going to stay late for dinner in our after-school diner program. What we will do as a city is wrap all sorts of stuff around that those kids need. And so for me, it's a real gateway into all of these other issues that we're trying to address for those youths.